Thank you very much, Connell. Tax cutters come in all sizes and shapes, and it's interesting that one of the places where some of the most fascinating tax cutting is going on right now is right in the heart of New England. Maine actually has as governor a guy who thinks that the way to growth and prosperity is by cutting tax rate. He is Governor Paul LePage. He is from Maine, and he joins me now. Governor, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you being here. Now, the president right now is in Florida trying to put out the message that tax cutters are all millionaires and billionaires who don't know anything about hard knocks. You've got kind of a personal history that is sort of familiar with hard knocks. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I come from a big, very large French-Canadian family. There's 18 of us, and I left home at 11.
You left home at the age of 11.
Yep. And skirted around the streets for a while, and then got picked up as I picked up some surrogate parents, you might say, and they helped me through high school, college, and here I am.
So when you hear the rhetoric coming from the president and a lot of other people that, in fact, the only folks who want to cut taxes are millionaires and billionaires who don't know anything about hard knocks, how does that make you feel?
They really don't get it, because in the state of Maine, you pay the maximum tax rate if you make $19,000. So the president is not totally honest when he says that it's only for wealthy people.
Now, your tax rate is, about 8.5% in the state of Maine, and you want to cut that by how much?
Well, I want to get it down to 4. We've cut it from 8.5 to 7.95 last year, more symbolically, but we eliminated the lowest rate at 2%. And so now what we're trying to do is we have 2 rates now, and we want to get rid of the 7.95 and stay down at the lower 4% rate.
Have you had any reaction so far from businesses, or are they waiting because they've heard a lot of promises about tax cutting and haven't seen it delivered?
No, the business community is very much on our side. It's a new kind of energy in Maine that we haven't seen since the early 90s. People are joining in, and they're doing their part to tell elected officials that it's time. If you want to prosper, we need some breaks.
Are there Democrats, obviously Republicans believe this, but are there Democrats who believe in tax cutting as well?
Not in the legislature, because they've been sitting on their hands for 2 years. But there are a lot of Democrats in the state who run small business who understand that you cannot tax yourself to prosperity.
Have you had any kind of referendum? Was your election itself a referendum on whether or not to lower taxes?
I think my election itself was a referendum on people of Maine being fed up with big government.
And is what's happening in the states now, what you are trying to do? We're going to be talking to other governors who are also trying to cut state taxes, who believe that's the way to prosperity. Do you think that will rub off at all on the federal government?
Maybe after November, when we get a new person in there.
You don't see it happening with the current president being reelected?
No. To the current president, that is foreign language to him. We need someone that believes in the American dream and self-sufficiency, not someone that believes in entitlements.
Governor, thank you very much for being here. Great to see you. Appreciate you.